Electrical. Here is meteorologist Joseph Neubauer.
All right, looking at the Atlantic Basin, you can see the disturbed area, Tropical Depression Fred, over the Caribbean islands, just north of Cuba as well. And then another wave back off to the east with high formation chances and some nicer prospects, honestly, looking a little bit more organized than its, brother back off to the west. This would become Grace if it did pick up a name. You can see the monsoon, the African easterly jet, continuing to bring disturbed weather over the Atlantic and potentially a new wave popping out. The ensemble data, just another way to say spaghetti models, keying into some more activity potentially off of the continent. But we'll talk about Fred first. Grace and Henry, the next two names up, by the way. And speaking of that wave, you can see not too bad, but my goodness. Over the last hour or so, I will say some thunderstorm activity has fired up for Fred right there to the east, but still looking very disorganized. But it is over some pretty warm water, still battling some shear. A couple things working at its disadvantage right now. You can see what we saw earlier on visible satellite. You can see the exposed core. That's a big no-no when it comes to tropical cyclones. You like your core to be covered in convection or thunderstorms, and you can see it went without any thunderstorms for several hours. It's only now that we start to see some thunderstorms pop up as that sun sets, which is a typical time for thunderstorm activity, I might add. You can see just skirting the northern coast there of Cuba. It's going to be very close after some land interaction earlier through Hispaniola. There's some more on the way potentially, courtesy of the cone, moving through the straits, maybe even Key West and parts of Fort Myers up to Tampa Bay too within that cone as well, where we do see some new alerts. Tropical storm watches posted Key West up, not quite to Miami, but very close. Let's go through this track in all its entirety. You can see back up to a tropical storm that's in the forecast right now as it does move through the straits of Florida, and then up to about 50-mile-per-hour winds. But these intensity forecasts have really dropped off over the last 12 hours, which is great news for whoever gets this potential tropical storm. You could see still between Tallahassee and as far west as Mobile, Alabama, still several hundred miles long, demonstrating that more land interaction, wind shear, dry air, still kind of in the path, which could still add to the uncertainty. So if you live along the northern Gulf Coast, by Sunday night into Monday morning and throughout the day on Monday, you need to just be prepared for tropical storm force winds. It might not seem like the high end now, but still could do a little bit of damage. Always good to be prepared, especially in these type of situations going through the weekend and into Monday. Not as much dry air as before, so we do open the door for some development with moisture back off to the west. Also dealing with wind shear right now, but heading into the Gulf, if it does survive, it will have an environment that could benefit some tropical development. You can see some of the red here. This represents wind shear, but this is Fred's own wind shear kind of being generated on the model. This stuff up here would represent more of the jet stream that would tear this thing up, and these lighter blue colors indicate some pretty calm wind shear, low wind shear values. And you can see moving into an area that does have a lack of wind shear, which likes to kind of break up tropical cyclones. That's just not there on that model run. Plus, very warm water off the coastline. So something we have to watch and take very seriously, but some good news from the intensity forecast. Back here at home, it's quiet. We had some showers and thunderstorms earlier throughout the day. Temperatures a little bit cooler thanks to that, but still a little bit warm there in Okaloosa County. 83 in Pensacola, feels like temperatures in the 90s and upper 80s. We're in the 70s tonight. Right back to about 93 for tomorrow. Feels like temperatures over 100. Get ready for the heat or go to the beach. Rain chances not a given, only about 40 to 50% tomorrow, but maybe some spots seeing some rain along the coastline, so be prepared for that. Safe Shores Beach Report, a beautiful day at the beach tomorrow with a low rip current risk, but things get a little bit rocky by Saturday and Sunday, courtesy of Fred. Running about 1 to 2 on the Sea-Tow Marine forecast, and the Hardee's Beach Cam on top of the Hilton, looking at the wide view of Pensacola Beach, Casino Beach, and Santa Rosa Island. A nice shot there, some people taking advantage. Also some nice clouds too, beating the heat, which will be around for Saturday. Watching Sunday and Monday for Fred, and rain chances pretty high, 60%. We could adjust these as we get a little bit closer, but get ready for rain, rip currents, and more starting Sunday through Monday and Tuesday.
Well, there's promising news on